April 25, 2025, Ufa, Russia. The lights inside the arena burn hot, not just from production rigs but from expectation. Two unbeaten men are about to test something far deeper than records. Alan Khugaev steps into the ring as the hometown fighter, the technician with 19 professional wins and the quiet confidence of someone who has never been told no inside a boxing ring. Across from him stands Khavasbek Asadullaev, the Asian continental champion, a southpaw with a rhythm that does not belong to this crowd, this country, or this moment. This is not simply Russia versus Uzbekistan. This is structure versus chaos, patience versus tempo, familiarity versus disruption. The fight is scheduled for 6 rounds, but 6 rounds can feel like an eternity when every second is being measured by judges, coaches, and legacy. Khugaev looks composed, loose, breathing steady. Asadullaev looks sharp, alert, eyes constantly moving, already calculating angles that don't yet exist. The referee gives final instructions, gloves touch briefly, and in that moment of forced respect, the contrast is clear. One man believes his moment will come later. The other has decided his moment starts now. When the bell rings, there is no explosion, no reckless charge. Instead, there is tension, the kind that only high-level boxing produces. Every step, every feint, every half punch is a conversation. And before anyone realizes it, that conversation is already being led by the southpaw in black and gold. From the opening exchanges, Asadullaev begins doing something subtle but devastating. He dictates the pace without throwing volume. His southpaw jab flicks out not to hurt, but to disrupt. Khugaev tries to establish range, but the range keeps changing. Every time the Russian sets his feet, the target slides half a step away. Asadullaev circles counterclockwise, slipping just outside the orthodox right hand, then stepping back in with hooks and straight lefts that land clean enough to score but safely enough to escape. Khugaev answers with sharp counters, technically sound punches that would win rounds under different circumstances. But tonight he is always reacting. Asadullaev's body work starts early, digging hooks under the elbows, not forcing reactions yet, but planting seeds. The exchanges are competitive, but the rhythm belongs to one man. Judges love initiative, and Asadullaev is giving them something to mark almost every 10 seconds. Khugaev isn't losing badly, and that's the danger. Close rounds disappear quietly. By the end of the first round, nothing dramatic has happened, yet something important already has. Asadullaev has claimed ownership of the fight's heartbeat. In the second round, the pattern continues. Khugaev lands single shots. Asadullaev lands sequences. One punches with correctness, the other punches with intent. The crowd senses quality but not urgency. In the corner, Khugaev's team wants more activity. Asadullaev's corner wants nothing changed. That difference will matter. Round 3 is where the fight quietly drifts toward a turning point. Asadullaev increases speed without increasing chaos. His footwork sharpens, his exits cleaner, his combinations longer. A right hand lands from Khugaev, clean and respectable, but immediately Asadullaev answers with 3 punches, head, body, head, erasing the moment before it can breathe. This is where boxing becomes economics. Who gets more done per exchange? Asadullaev leans back just far enough to make punches miss, then snaps counters that force Khugaev to reset again and again. The Russian presses forward, shoulders squared, trying to shorten the ring, but the angles betray him. Each time he steps in, the southpaw is already elsewhere. There is no panic, no smothering attack, just constant efficiency. By the end of the third round, Asadullaev has likely banked 3 rounds. The scorecards may not show dominance, but dominance doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers. Khugaev returns to his corner and dabs his brow, listening closely. He is not hurt, he is not discouraged, but he is behind. Across the ring, Asadullaev sits calmly, breathing steady, eyes focused. He knows what he's doing is working. The fight has not slipped away from Khugaev yet, but it has moved on to Asadullaev's terms. And now the burden shifts. The man in white and gold must take something back, or accept that the clock is no longer his ally. Round 4 opens with a different energy from Alan Khugaev. The posture changes, the feet bounce, the right hand comes earlier. This is urgency, not desperation, the recognition that waiting is no longer an option. Khugaev begins stepping in behind his lead hand, backing Asadullaev toward the center rather than chasing him around the edges. The right hand finds its mark more often now, snapping heads back just enough to make the crowd stir. Body shots follow, hooks dig deeper. For the first time in the fight, Asadullaev is forced to give ground rather than choose it. Exchanges get heavier, more physical, still technical but edged with intent. Asadullaev responds like a seasoned champion, not by brawling, but by absorbing moments and returning fire late in combinations. Even when Khugaev lands, Asadullaev answers last. The round feels closer. Momentum shifts slightly. The crowd senses it. In the corners, the instructions are louder now. Khugaev's corner demands sustained pressure. Asadullaev's corner demands composure. Round 4 may not erase the earlier deficit, but it sends a message. This fight is no longer comfortable. The question becomes whether Khugaev can sustain this pace without walking into traps, and whether Asadullaev can maintain control without conceding ground. This is the round where the chess match turns into a fistfight. Round 5 is arguably the most competitive of the night. Khugaev's right hand becomes a genuine weapon. It lands upstairs. It lands to the body. It forces Asadullaev to think twice before lingering in the pocket. The Russian finally looks like the fighter who entered the ring with 19 wins, but Asadullaev refuses to let the round slip cleanly away. Every success from Khugaev is taxed. Land 1, pay with 2. Dig to the body, eat a counter upstairs. Southpaw's combination punching returns in bursts, especially after absorbing pressure. Both men commit to body work, trading hooks under the elbows, breathing harder now. This is where conditioning, experience, and discipline collide. Khugaev is clearly winning moments, but moments are not always rounds. Asadullaev's ability to sneak in scoring punches late in exchanges keeps judges attentive. The bell sounds, and both men walk back knowing this round mattered. Khugaev's corner wants one more surge. Asadullaev's corner believes the job is already done if the sixth is managed correctly. The fight hangs in a narrow corridor now. One dominant round could tilt everything. One mistake could undo 6 years of undefeated confidence. The sixth round begins with respect. Gloves touch, a brief acknowledgement that skill has ruled this fight. Then reality sets in. Khugaev presses again, determined to steal something decisive. He attacks the body, unloading combinations that force Asadullaev to cover up along the ropes. For a moment, the Russian looks like he might overwhelm him. But then the southpaw pivots out, fires straight shots, and resets the distance. There's even a touch of showboating, a reminder to judges that control still belongs to him. Asadullaev switches into management mode. Movement, clean counters, no unnecessary exchanges. Khugaev continues working, but the explosiveness from round 5 fades slightly. Fatigue becomes visible. The final minute is frantic but measured. Both men land, both men miss. The bell rings and the fight ends without controversy inside the ropes, only anticipation outside them. They embrace. They know this was close, but close favors preparation, not urgency. When the decision is announced, Khavasbek Asadullaev is declared the winner by points. Undefeated remains undefeated. Asian champion confirms his pedigree. Khugaev absorbs his first professional setback, not through weakness but timing. The difference was not heart, skill, or effort. It was the first 3 rounds. Boxing at this level punishes late realizations. Khugaev showed brilliance, courage, and adaptability, but he allowed a lead to be built against him. Asadullaev showed why southpaws with ring intelligence are nightmares. They steal rounds quietly, manage risk, and leave opponents chasing ghosts. This fight will age well. It will be studied. It will be replayed, not for knockdowns, but for decisions made under pressure. This bout matters because it tells the truth about boxing. It reminds us that dominance doesn't need damage, that urgency must arrive on time, that intelligence beats aggression when rounds are limited. For Asadullaev, this was a statement on foreign soil. For Khugaev, this was education earned the hard way. And for fans, this was 6 rounds of elite-level conversation, honest, violent, respectful. Not every great fight ends with a knockout. Some end with understanding, and this one did.